The way that Vini Jr celebrates, he's dancing not to provoke the fans of Atletico de Madrid. Rodrigo is dancing not to make some trouble there. He's dancing to celebrate his goal. He's not watching. He's not looking to the people, you know. But I know that you can treat the game the way you want. Some players like to celebrate, like punching in the air, like screaming, and some players like to dance. I think that this is not the problem. The problem is when you want to have some violent acts in the field, when you promote the racism, when you promote these kind of things. Rodrigo told me he knew that he would score and he wanted to dance. Vini, the same thing. I knew that before the match, that he would dance. So Gabriel Jesus in the Arsenal match danced. As I told you, from Brazil came a positive wave that made these Brazilian players stronger to react like the way they did dancing. And I think that there's no problem with that, always with respect for the fans.
Yeah, with respect for the fans, why can't you dance to celebrate a goal?
I know.
Craig?
Oh, mate. And why that's seen as a problem from another player. My retort to any question like that would have been, well, I'm hoping he's got no reason to dance this weekend. Not that it's going to be a problem for the crowd. I personally would have thought a bigger problem for the crowd was their team having spent the millions that they have and having to serve up this absolute garbage football most weeks would be a bigger problem than watching somebody dance after a piece of magical skill. But these players won't change, and rightly so. And they continue, particularly Vinicius Jr, to have another great season off the back of last year's tremendous performances. And yeah, it's an entertainment business. I mean, I know we've talked about, you know, the showboating, not on this occasion, but in others, and how, from a player's perspective, it can wind other players up. And it can wind supporters up, but that's not to condone or suggest you're winding up anybody within the stadium to start making allegedly racist chants. I mean, I can understand players getting frustrated. We talked about the Richarlison issue. He's obviously gone for this flick. It hasn't worked. You know, from a player's perspective, sometimes you think, right, I'm going to go in and nail him. But that's not something that automatically should trigger comments about somebody's skin colour.
And I think that's the thing. You understand players or fans being upset, but you cannot excuse that turning into racist abuse. You simply can't. And Gustavo would know better than me, I'm sure, but I see Vinicius dancing as a cultural expression. That is just who he is. That is who Brazilians are. And that is a part of the enjoyment of the game. And when you are talking about, and again, we are talking about two of the biggest clubs in world football, with a wealth of international talent, you have this mixing of cultures, which I think benefits the game immeasurably. That does not give anybody any kind of an excuse to racially abuse someone, because for whatever reason. We can't. We simply can't. And as I keep saying, the authorities have an opportunity here to make a mark and say what is accepted, what isn't, and be firm. I'll say it again, we are talking about two of the biggest clubs in European football, one of the biggest leagues in European and world football. We are a couple months out from a World Cup. There's an opportunity here for the game, the world's game, to really make a stand around what this game means to us all.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.